Hey, you all, and good morning. Today is the day. We are here in Key West, Florida. Rolled in last night to Key West, and for the past month plus, we have been on a road trip, the Buoy to Buoy road trip. Over a month ago, I was in far north Minnesota, at the furthest north that you can get in the contiguous United States. My goal, to make it down here to Key West, to the point where you are the southernmost point in the contiguous United States. To make things interesting, we also traveled the entirety of US 1 down from the top of Fort Kent, Maine, winding along the Maine coast through the massive cities of the Northeast, down through the South, down the Atlantic coast of Florida, which brings us to today. So today we're going to reach the final points of our trip. We're going to head to the southernmost buoy, which dictates that we are standing at the southernmost point in the contiguous United States. I figured today this island is 3 by 5 miles wide, long. It is 3 by 5 miles, and I figure we're gonna walk across the finish line. I'm gonna walk across the island today and find that buoy. It has been a long hunt for that buoy. I knew exactly where it was. I'm not really hunting, but it has been a long trek to get to that buoy. So please follow me. But I think we're going to start our day out here by checking out the Key West Aquarium. Oh, hey there. How are you doing? Pleasure to meet you. What's your name?
This is Sheldon Sea Turtle.
Sheldon Sea Turtle. Oh,
Key West Aquarium.
I love it so much. Do you give high fives? There we go. Thank you, Sheldon. It was a pleasure to meet you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
What's this? A handshake?
What's up? Oh, the Mothman.
Oh.
That's from his area.
Oh, Sheldon likes my Mothman shirt.
Yeah, that's from his neck of the woods.
Oh, you're from West Virginia?
Up north, or Upper Michigan.
Upper Michigan. Okay.
Marquette.
Well, thank you. It was a pleasure to meet you. I was just in Marquette a few weeks ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Awesome.
I drove up through Canada and down from Maine down US 1 to Key West.
Nice. Glad to have it.
So pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, you made him super happy.
Oh, thank you. Oh, yeah, let's get a hug here. Thank you so much.
Have a good day, man.
Okay, got my wristband for the aquarium, and they offered me a combo ticket for the aquarium, the Shipwreck Museum, and Truman's Little White House. So I figure, what the heck? Let's do all three. Can't turn that down. So apparently this is Florida's oldest aquarium, and Florida does have quite a few aquariums. Oh, look at this. This building itself is interesting.
Live, curled up in a little stingray taco. You want to leave the room, and it will unfurl to be completely independent of the processes.
Yeah, I love the interior here. You see all the fish, all the taxidermied fish hanging up above. There's sea turtles here in this tank in the middle. And this is interesting here. You can see that sea turtle right there has a weird device on their back. Apparently this sea turtle suffered damage to its shell that caused air to leak out and affects its buoyancy. So this is a flotation device on the back of the turtle that helps it swim. Look up here, you see the vicious shark getting ready to swallow that fish. And then it's just big ball of fish, a big fish orb. All the different tanks along the wall here. Got the clownfish. Some of these beautiful saltwater creatures. See the seahorses. Hey, horsey, giddy up. Here are the lionfish. They are an invasive species. As a matter of fact, they will make judgments about your life choices, publicly shame you for decisions you make in your personal life, despite the fact that they really don't know you at all or anything about your personal situation. And here we go. I always feel like we were in a pressed penny drought. We have a Key West Aquarium pressed penny machine. Let's get us a penny. We got quarter penny. Quarter penny. There we go. And there we go. A sea turtle penny here from the Key West Aquarium. Oh, what's in this room here? Big rotating earth. Oh, look at these lobsters here. Oh, a lot of lobsters. Crawling up on this lobster trap. These lobsters are safe from ever getting trapped. Looks like he's missing part of his little arm there.
But she got her front right flipper after had an abandoned fishing line.
Okay, so they're saying a fishing line cut off part of her flipper there. And they have these paintings here inside the aquarium. It says these were painted in the 1930s. The aquarium frescoes. There's another fresco over here. Some fishermen. There's an outside area here. Oh, looks like there's tarpons in there. There's a shark. A shark right there. Yeah, pretty cool to be able to have the fish out here in an outdoor environment, in a more natural environment. Oh yeah, look over in this corner. There's just a big pile of sharks down there. She can go up these stairs and get a better peek at the shark pond. There, you can see all the tarpons swimming down there. Looks like we exit through the gift shop. I'm a big fan of this giant fiberglass barracuda hanging from the ceiling. Oh, look at these flying fish. It's a shark-shaped shot glass, so you can pretend like a shark is vomiting liquor into your mouth. And look at these snow globes here. See if we shake it up. Oh, it's glittery. I thought it was going to shake up like sand because it was a sand pail. Well, who invited this rooster into the gift shop? Hey, rooster. And I love this here out in front of the gift shop. We have the Sponge Monster. I think this may be a newer Sponge Monster. I think the old Sponge Monster may have worn out. Oh, look, you can see his human fingers poking through the sponges. So at one point he was a man, but he became more sponge than man at some point. You can buy some sponges here and make your own Sponge Monster at home. And over here we have the Shipwreck Museum. So I got the combo ticket to head in and take a look here at some shipwrecks. There's some figures sitting around out front. Well, looks like we give our ticket here and head in. Watch the introductory video in here.
The operations, call upon the other wrecking schooners only if needed.
Now, one thing I immediately noticed is it had an unusual smell in here. And the first thing it says is, "What's that smell?" That's seawater. It says that we are actually below sea level here, which is pretty crazy because the sea is just like, we're pretty much right by the beach. So it says that this is a cistern. And so this used to be a lobster hatchery. They filled this up and farmed lobsters down here. All right, let's head up above sea level. And we immediately see some treasure. Some items recovered from shipwrecks here. The cannonballs, pottery. Look at the museum here. See the sea turtle there hanging. There's just different nautical items hanging everywhere. You can see the pieces of 8 here, the pirate coins. And this is a ship's cooking pot. One thing I've learned here on this trip is that silver bars, very heavy. Oh my gosh, it hurt my shoulder.
Hey, let me ask you, since you've been in Key West, have you noticed the chickens?
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know what those chickens are, but Captain Joe does. You know how I know? Because I made it up. This is what they really are. And you know
Just
how
old pirates that never died?
And you know how I figured that out?
How's
Because
that?
ours for rooster.
It all makes sense
Have you seen them
now.
scratching around?
Yeah.
They're looking for gold, matey. And you heard it first from Captain Joe.
Okay. Oh, these are all old pharmaceutical bottles that apparently sunk to the bottom of the sea. And these are different kinds of pharmaceuticals. We got some champagne there, some beer bottles. Looks like we head up the stairs. And again, just love all the different nautical things hanging. Kind of an immersive museum in a way. Shows here all the different things they'd pack on the ship for the inevitable wreck.
Stop that and we cease to live.
There's a dollhouse here. It says this is a replica of a home belonged to sponge merchant Captain John Lowe Jr. A mosquito net there. That's probably a good idea in Florida. You can see Captain Philip Philpott here.
Brothers and sisters, let us get to the meat of the coconut. In your Bibles, turn to our text for today.
This is a schooner known as the Dart. Now, one thing we've seen a lot of on this trip is lookout towers. So let's climb to the top of the Shipwreck Museum lookout tower. Oh, that does look like quite a tower. Let's get walking. I don't think we've even made it halfway up, but just look at the view from up here. Look at that, there's a cruise ship over there in the harbor. I guess that's over Mallory Square where we were last night for the sunset celebration. And then there is the Key West Aquarium. But up we go. Oh wow, you can literally see just about the entire island of Key West from up there. See the trains and trolleys there headed through the streets. Okay, this way we look out into the Gulf of Mexico and just look at those Gulf waters, how blue and beautiful they are. And this ship here is massive. And back down through the museum. And here's a model of the USS Maine, actually made from the metal from the actual wreckage. It says this was a helmet that would have been used to salvage pieces of the USS Maine. And there is a United States Navy diving outfit from 1941. And there we have a modern shipwreck diver. I think I'm going to take in some of the local cuisine here at the Key West Conch Fritter stand. says this is the world famous Key West conch fritter stand. Look at this mascot here. He is a conch coming out of the conch shell. He's holding a basket of conch fritters and declaring that he wants people to eat him. He's happy. He's happy to be turned into fritters. Okay, so I got my conch fritters. I may need to wait a minute. They were literally just pulled out of the deep fryer. But this is Key West mustard. I've never had Key West mustard before. The gentleman said that was really, really good. And then this is the spicy mayo, which he said he likes the mustard better, but the mayo goes better with the actual fritters. Okay, I think they've cooled down just a little bit. Let's try that with the Key West mustard. That is the best conch fritter I've ever had. It's soft and fluffy. Sometimes fritters are get a little hard. That's like really light and fluffy. The Mardi Gras mustard is like mustard with a little bit of like lime in it. Let me try the spicy mayo though. That's good too. I think I prefer the mustard. Yeah, I must say this stand here literally changed my mind on conch fritters. I like conch fritters, but this showed me that they can be truly delicious. Yeah, I'm gonna be craving the conch fritters here from the world famous Key West conch fritter stand. And I think today we're gonna go all in with the EM rule. Over here is the Key West Art and History Museum. Let's head inside, why not? Look at this. There's an adorable dog working at the admission counter. Hey, puppy. Hey. And as we enter here, there is an exhibit on Diana Nyad, who swam from Cuba, swam 90 miles from Cuba to Key West. I actually have her swim gear here. You can see the swimsuit, the goggles, and then she wore this on her face to protect against the sun. It's like look at that, it's like a plastic or rubber covering on her face. It even clips over her teeth to give her complete protection from the sun and elements. As we walk up the stairs here, we have these drawings depicting the events of the Ernest Hemingway novel, The Old Man and the Sea. In this room we have an exhibit on the Civil War in Key West. You can see over here some of the weaponry, some Confederate money, but apparently the U.S. government took control of Key West, so they really were not necessarily part of the Confederacy, because they were firmly controlled by the Union during the entirety of the Civil War. You can see how quaint Key West was back during the war. It says that at one point Key West was the second biggest city in the state of Florida, which is kind of crazy to think of because, again, 3 by 5 mile island. And apparently, an early city in Florida and built up. Of course, now there's massive cities all throughout Florida, but I guess back in the day, Florida just wasn't that populated. So this is an interesting item over here. It says this is the Carolyn Lowe staircase. It says this was in the Carolyn Lowe house, which apparently had a fire, and they retrieved this staircase out of here. And apparently they were hiding a Confederate flag in the staircase because they could have gotten in trouble for having it because it was under Union control, so they were not going to allow people to wave the flag or support the Confederacy, but they hid their flag in that staircase. Here we see the USS Maine. We learned a little bit about this over at the Shipwreck Museum. Apparently this was a U.S. ship that was sunk by the Spanish while it was parked in Havana, and said it was kind of unexpected that there was tension between the two countries, but there had been no aggressive physical actions until suddenly the ship started to explode and sink. And here's a bunch of items that recovered from the ship. And that's one thing I've learned here on this trip. It's really taught me about how many shipwreck museums are on the Florida, especially along the East Coast. Just a lot of shipwrecks and a lot of items salvaged from those wrecks. And here's an actual life preserver from the Maine. Talks about the industries of Key West. Of course, one of the major industries was the cigar making industry. You can see the cigar store Indian there. Excuse me, his arm broke off. They actually have like marionette strings holding it in place. Various items used for harvesting tobacco, making cigars. You see the big cigar. There's an original Key West cigar factory. Watch them being made. So apparently they did factory tours at one point of cigars being made. And here is the Henry Flagler Overseas Railway, which again was the only way that you could get from mainland Florida to anywhere in the Keys. This was replaced with US 1 that we took into the Keys here. Henry Flagler, you see that name everywhere through Florida. Everything's named after Henry Flagler. This is the city of Key West, a steamboat that actually worked in conjunction with the railroads. This would sail out into the ocean alongside the railroad. I love the convenience of being able to drive out here, but man, what a beautiful train ride that would truly be. Shows them here building the railway, of course, on these big stanchions here, jutting up from the ocean to be able to hold that train as it travels, literally taking a train over the ocean. And it looks like we can peek inside the train here. Oh, very spooky ghost conductor. Here you can see the clothes, but the man himself is invisible. Yeah, I see some of the china used on the train. There's a plate with a picture of that train heading over that railway. Saw that railway yesterday. Still pieces of it left. This is the Tennessee Williams room. Of course, Tennessee Williams, the playwright, that wrote Streetcar Named Desire. But apparently he was a resident here in Key West, where he wrote in his home here. And apparently he was also a prolific painter, would paint on the porch of his Key West home. And this one's interesting. This is apparently a diss track here. This is a painting that Tennessee Williams made bashing his former friend Truman Capote. Apparently Capote put a character in his book mocking Tennessee Williams, and Tennessee Williams responded by making this painting here showing Truman Capote as a baby with a gun shooting everyone on the beach. And of course, one of the most famous residents of Key West was author Ernest Hemingway. Here we actually have some of his personal effects. This is his World War I uniform. He was actually injured by an explosion. You can see Ernest Hemingway's blood there on the legs, staining the clothing. And there's also a duck that he used while duck hunting. Some more of his personal effects. The typewriter there, which he wrote his stories on. And there's a pair of boxing gloves that he owned. Yeah, over here they have a bronze statue of Hemingway getting ready to go on a fishing trip. They have an exhibit on the Stonewall Inn in New York City. Of course, Stonewall Inn, very, very important place in the gay rights movement, the LGBTQ plus movement, basically the ground zero of the movement. The gay bar here in New York was constantly harassed by the police, bullied by the police, and then one night the police decided to raid the bar, of course, just for the simple crime of people being homosexual. and the patrons of the bar fought back against the police, and it really created the gay rights movement. Here they actually have a replica of the Stonewall Inn. You can take a seat here and listen to the bartender talk about what occurred. Oh, there's the look at this jukebox here. That's amazing. Of course, this is important to Key West because of the very strong gay community in Key West. There's a sign from the Gay and Lesbian Community Center. This shows a lot of the gay-friendly places in Key West. Different matchbooks and business cards from gay-friendly businesses. So this restaurant here, First Flight, apparently is the birthplace of the Pan American World Airways. So this was the first office of Pan American World Airways. They ran a flight from here in Key West to Cuba. So when we were in Washington, D.C., we saw the White House, or what is known by some as the Big White House. Here in Key West, they have the Little White House, aka Harry S. Truman's vacation home here in Key West. Apparently, he spent a great deal of time, spent quite a bit of time while in office down here vacationing in Key West. So Harry S. Truman, definitely a president that knew how to take a vacation. And by the way, for those of you who didn't know this silly fact, the S in Harry S. Truman didn't stand for anything. His middle name was S. And here we are. And apparently it is a guided tour, so they give me the blue ticket so we can go in and look at the exhibits while we're waiting for our tour to start. And here is one of Harry Truman's limousines out here. So this is from 1950. It says that now presidents actually have their limousines transported by air to different cities, but back then they would have limousines waiting for them in different cities. So this was kept in New Jersey, called it his New York car. So when he traveled to New York City, they would pick this up in New Jersey, and he would travel around the city in style. Except we enter for our tour through here. All right, step in here. This is the exhibit to the Little White House. We can see Harry Truman. We have a wax Harry Truman. He looks really happy there. I guess he's happy that he's away from Washington, D.C. and having a good time here in Key West. Talks about the 1948 election between Thomas Dewey and Harry S. Truman. Some of the different pins from the election. The Democratic donkey there, and that iconic victory photo where he holds the aloft the paper that says Dewey defeats Truman, because they called it too early and Truman had a good laugh. And of course the big decision fell on Harry Truman's shoulders, the decision to do this. We can see here, this is actually a survivor of the bombings. The school children in Hiroshima made this chain of paper here, this origami chain, and it was donated to the Truman Museum. So we wait for our tour here in the gift shop, so you could buy your own little Truman to take home with you. There's Truman's limousine sitting outside. Okay, we're headed in. Unfortunately, they do ask for no photos or video inside, so I'll see you on the other side. So yeah, Harry Truman spent a total of 6 months during his presidency at this house. So it really is kind of a home away from home. Of course, there was his desk that he worked at while here. So did a lot of presidenting from this actual house. They have the house set up with some of the original furniture, have it looking just like it did when Harry Truman was there. They had his desk. They had, they had a closet full of his Hawaiian shirts that he liked to wear when he was here. So yeah, very cool, very cool. And they said that a couple other presidents, I guess, stayed here as well. The Jimmy Carter and his wife, and then the Clintons stayed here at some point. So yeah, a little piece of Washington, D.C. down here in Key West. One of those roosters. Captain Joe told me that these roosters are the spirits of old pirates wandering the island. And here it is. Here it is. The end of Route 1, mile 0. It's it. It's over. For over a month. Over a month I've been here on Route 1, traveling all the way from the top of Fort Kent, Maine, and through many, many adventures, some trials, some tribulations. We've made it here. Mile marker 0. Mile marker 0 of Route 1. It's been my home for the past month, living out here on Route 1, traveling the coast of Maine, traveling those major cities in the Northeast, traveling down through the Carolinas, through Georgia, into the state of Florida. We're traveling down that east coast along the ocean, eating lobster rolls the whole way down from Maine to Florida. There was a little break in the lobsters in the Carolinas and in Georgia, but we made it. We made it. Oh my gosh, we made it. Although conversely, if I wanted to just turn around and head back to Maine, I would start right here, beginning of Route 1 North. And what lies here at the end of this massive highway, this long, windy highway? A gift shop. Of course, we exit through the gift shop. This is mile 0 art. We'll see these replicas of mile marker 0, the end. Whew, the end of US 1. We get mile 0 there with the rooster on it. Some Christmas ornaments here, the roosters, a lot of roosters. There's actually 2 mile marker 0 gift shops. This one's called the End of the Road, where you can get your it's like a little mile 0 buoy there, and get yourself a conch shell. Oh, it's actually emblazoned with the seal of the Conch Republic. Get your mile 0 t-shirts in here. Oh, look at that, the shark there, devouring the milepost. It's the end of a rainbow and the end of a route. US 1, Key West, Florida. Unlimited opportunities. Tropical vacation land. We're not done yet. We're not done yet, because we have concluded. This concludes the US 1 portion of this trip, but we still haven't finished. The buoy to buoy road trip. We started at the northernmost point, Angles Inlet, Minnesota. And here in Key West is the other end, the other buoy. And it's straight down this way. And while we're headed this way, I think we should stop at the Ernest Hemingway home. I like to stop here every time I am in Key West. Now, Ernest Hemingway, famous American writer, he was a macho guy. He liked fishing, he liked hunting, he liked punching people in the face, but he had a soft spot, and his soft spot was for cats. He was a cat lover, much like myself, and the cats that he had here at his home in Key West are polydactyl, meaning they have an unusual amount of toes. I mean, they have extra toes. And he raised generations. The cats that lived here when he was here, their family lineage still continues to this day. So the Hemingway house is also one of the most epic cat cafes you could ever encounter. The polydactyl cats still live here. The bloodline of cats is carefully monitored. And I love to come by and say hello to the cats. In fact, you know, the polydactyl Hemingway cat's so famous that often any polydactyl cat that has extra toes is known as a Hemingway cat. And let's head in. Oh, here's some of the kitties right here. Hey, kitty. I don't know if we can get a good look at his toes. You know, the cats, they live here. This is essentially their home. So if they want to come say hello to you, or if they want to sit over there, that's up to them. Oh wow, over here there is a whole cat pile.
57.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that, somebody get a close up.
57 cats.
One of the paws here. You can see how many toes that cat has right there. It's a whole lot of toes. I don't know if we should wake up these sleeping cats, but yeah, these are the Hemingway cat. It's a hot day here in Key West, so the cats probably do want to lounge around and sleep. Oh, there's a cat running down the stairs there. Yeah, they have the run of the place. Hey, kitty. Of course, some exhibits here on Hemingway himself. Oh, this is his beloved boat, the Pilar. It's a replica of a old lighthouse. It was out off the coast of Key West, and it said that Hemingway would go out here and fish. It was his favorite fishing spot. And boy, did that man love to fish. See the marlin he caught there. And that's basically, Old Man in the Sea is basically just about a guy catching a fish. I do think the fish kills him, but it is about catching fish. Oh yeah, there is a scene from the book. See, I'm not allowed to pass these ropes here, but the cats are. Cats can do whatever they want. They can climb all over the historic. Oh, that cat is peeing. Is peeing on the kitchen counter here because they own the place. They can do that. They can lounge around all day. They can pee on the historical artifacts. Pee on the kitchen counter. That's what the Hemingway cats do. That's their privilege, their home. We are their visitors. Oh no, it's gonna pee right on the stovetop. Oh, it is. You can see the cat. This cat's slinging pee-pee everywhere. You can see the signs there telling us to stay off the furniture. The signs do not apply to the kitties. Hey, kitty. Look at this. Look at that big giant foot there. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 toes. Oh, I'm sorry. 6 toes on that foot. As he curls up in a little ball. Oh, that's a big boy. He's got a big belly. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 toes on each of his hind legs. I think most of them fall under the 6-toe variety, but sometimes you see others that just have a massive amount of toes. Oh, I love kitties. I love petting kitties. Now the only rules are you can't pick the cats up. They don't like that. Most cats don't like to be picked up. And it says to interact with them at your own risk. So if they bite you or scratch you or do anything horrific to your face, that's your problem. They can do whatever they want. They're the Hemingway cats. Okay, you can see here just wedged between these priceless artifacts. Kitties. Oh, this one's bulky too. I think these are some healthy, well taken care of cats. How many toes do you have? Well, you can see this one kind of has like a thumb there. So cats normally have 4 toes on their front paws, 5 on their back. So 4, that's the 4 that a regular cat would have. Then this one's got the thumb right there in addition. So yeah, like a little mitten, like a little boxing glove. Maybe that's why Hemingway liked him. We saw his boxing gloves at the other museum. He liked to box. Head up the stairs here. There's about Hemingway's African safari here. The various animals he killed while he was on safari. Even apparently shot a lion. Whoa. Hemingway's bedroom here with his big fluffy bed with a big fluffy cat on that bed. Oh, look at you. You got a lion cut. Probably the sun here getting a little warm. Give the cat a nice cool lion cut where they shave the body but leave the adorable poofy head. Yep, the cat just lounging here on Ernest Hemingway's bed. Hey there. Hey there. You get some rest. You get some sleep. You look sleepy. Here's Hemingway's bathroom. There's no cat sleeping in the tub. Step out onto the porch here. Oh, you can see the lighthouse over there across the street. Now, apparently, the lighthouse functioned as a way for Ernest Hemingway to find his way home. He would go downtown, go to Captain Tony's, get plastered, and then stumble home looking for the giant beacon of light that was next to his house. Oh, I found another
that one right here,
kitty down there.
Patty Andrews.
Patty Andrews. There you can see the extra thumb there. Hey, Patty Andrews. You're a good kitty. Oh, this is the air conditioning right here. The cool air is blowing up. That's why she's sitting here. She's smart.
Oh, yeah, she's smart. Look at the little paw. See the little polydactyl?
Oh, see one hiding back here. Hey, little one. Hey, little one. This one's tiny. Tiny toes. Oh, what's going on back in here? You guys, what are you cats hunting for? Is there mice in here? Oh man, this place probably has 0 mice. What are you eating? Eating something down there. Maybe they're eating one of those roosters. Over here is the cat graveyard. You can see all the stones there where some of the past cats died. Adriana died in 1997. This guy here is paying his respects to his lost family. Hey, buddy. Oh, I think he's sad. Sad from visiting the cemetery. Looks like they're doing some refurbishments here to the cemetery. You see some of the wet cement over there. This is Snowball, the first 6-toed cat. This was the cat gifted to Ernest Hemingway by Captain Stanley Dexter. And all the cats here are descended from Snowball. Isn't that right? Was he your grandpappy? Was he your great-great-great-great-grandpappy? You inherited your extra toe. from Snowball. This guy's a friendly one. Back along here, you can see cat prints all throughout the cement, and apparently these are original. When the house was built, they laid this cement, and I guess Snowball and his children pranced around in the cement, and they left an impression. They left a big impression. Not only did they leave these footprints, but also their generations and generations of offspring. This is the infamous urinal fountain here. So Ernest Hemingway loved to go drink at Sloppy Joe's, the location that is now Captain Tony's. And he loved this urinal, thought it was beautiful. And one night, after much drinking, much alcohol consumption, he decided he was taking it with him. He ripped the urinal off the wall and carried it back in a drunken stupor to his home, where he laid it in his garden, turned it into a beautiful fountain, and here it is, left for his descendants of his cats to drink out of for decades and decades. Hey, kitty. Hey, kitty. Most of them are just pretty used to people. I think they're just used to being pet all day. They don't care. It doesn't bother them. I know there is places the cats can go if they do get sick of people. Places they can go lay where the tourists can't get to them. Oh, you rolled over. Do you want me to rub your belly, or is this a trap? We're going to find out. There we go. You like the belly rubs? You like the belly rubs and the chin rubs and the neck rubs. Gosh, a good kitty. Yeah, kitty likes belly rubs. And here's Ernest Hemingway's swimming pool. And apparently he was very much against getting this swimming pool. His wife at the time really wanted the swimming pool and had it installed. And he was furious about it, to the point where he took a penny out of his pocket, threw it into the wet cement, and said, "Here, take my last penny. If you're going to build this expensive swimming pool and make me broke, take my last penny." They have it actually sealed up there so you can't try to pick it out. But yeah, Ernest Hemingway's last penny. And admittedly, that was a pretty gruff reaction. But you know what? My ex-wife really wanted a swimming pool once. And it almost did take my last penny, to be honest. It was getting that swimming pool, one of the worst mistakes of my life. Now there's the main house. Over here, I believe it's his writing room upstairs in this second building. Yeah, they have the bars here, so you can't go in, but you can look around the writing room there. You can see his typewriter there on the table, amongst the various animals and fish he hunted out. And then, of course, we may not be able to get past the bars, but the cats can go wherever they please. And down here we have the Hemingway Home Bookstore. Of course, Hemingway wrote books, so it's very appropriate. Oh, look at that. There's even cats here in the bookstore. Can't escape them. You can get some cat merch here. These are stress balls. You can squeeze these cats. And look at that. Look at this character here. The polydactyl cat. That's a lot of toes. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9-toed cat right there. You can purchase pretty much any of Hemingway's books here at the bookstore. Or if that's not your thing, you can get a book about cats. There's some Cuban cat coffee. I think I prefer not to give my cats coffee. I think they're hyper enough. Cats finding the coolest places to sleep. Hey there. Don't wake up. Oh, sorry. So yeah, as a huge cat lover, this is absolutely one of my favorite spots in Key West. And of course, right across the street from the Hemingway house, we have that lighthouse, the guided drunken Ernest home every night. So let's go check out the lighthouse. So we head in here. And we're gonna start out by going to the top of the lighthouse. And it said there's 88 steps, which at this point in this trip, that's child's play. Okay. There we go. There's our winding staircase. Oh yeah, you can see straight up to the top there. That looks like maybe more than 88. I don't know. Let's go for it. It's a very warm day here in Florida. It's been a very warm couple weeks in Florida. And this has less steps, but it's a tighter spiral. See the spiral staircase? I'm walking up. Whew. Are we there yet? And I'm not normally afraid of heights, but this will about do it. Yeah, I think the St. Augustine Lighthouse was at least twice as tall as this. And we made it. Made it here to the top of the lighthouse. There's a few more stairs here that go up, I guess, if you need to change or clean the light. But that's blocked off from us. Oh, and the view is spectacular. Oh man, I do think I literally think you can see the whole island from up here. That's where you would enter. Water on that side and on that side. See the street here we were walking down. Oh, there's Hemingway's house right there with its lush trees. Let's see if I can see a cat from here. I don't think so. But yeah, out that way. That's where we started the day. Out in that direction. Let's see a cruise ship there in the dock. This point's the highest point in the Keys, Mount Trashmore. Yeah, the former landfill out that way. I don't really see it. It's not very high. And just look at this view down on the beautiful city of Key West, out into the ocean there, that blue ocean. Wow. Yeah, at the end of this road here, that's where we're headed. That's the southernmost point. I want to take a moment to appreciate some of the great towers that we have climbed on this trip. We went up that intense Bunker Hill tower with almost 300 steps. We went up to the Washington Monument, which I was so happy about because it's hard to get tickets. I slid in there, snuck into there somehow, grabbed myself a ticket and was able to go to the top. Went to the top of the St. Augustine Lighthouse, which was even taller than this. And now we are here in our final city, observing it from the top of the beautiful Key West Lighthouse. Let me just give you guys a complete 360 view of Key West here. One of my favorite cities in the US. What goes up must come down. I guess if I want to rate the exhaustion levels of climbing these towers, I would put Bunker Hill probably at the top. That was, I don't know if I've ever climbed up that many stairs in my life. So we have conquered the Key West Lighthouse. Now we must conquer the Keeper's Quarters Museum. Ooh, it is very nicely air conditioned in here. Set up here, how it would have looked when the lighthouse keeper lived here. Of course, his whole family had to live here. You know, he's busy up in the lighthouse while his family entertains themselves down here, playing a few games of dominoes. I've noticed a new rule for the American roadside. Every nautical museum has a knot tying exhibit. Some of them here where you try to tie your own knot. Let's see if we can do a figure eight. That can't be too hard, can it? So you do the from behind, and then around, and then, yeah, I did it. That's it, right? I did it. Here's a lighthousekeeper's wife's wedding dress. No word on whether or not she haunts the lighthouse. There's some of the other lighthouses that were built near Key West before the current lighthouse was built. And this is Coffin Patches Lighthouse. That is unnecessarily foreboding. So the lighthouse bulbs here, and I noticed if you angle it just right, oh yeah, if you angle it just right and let the light reflect off of it, it will blind you. Oh, look how, yeah, it's super bright. And then we exit through this building here. Oh wow, how much bigger this slide is here than the ones we just saw. I think this looks more like the one that's actually up in the lighthouse right now. And since we were in the neighborhood and I had the combo ticket, figured we'd stop off here at the Tennessee Williams Museum. So this is the Tennessee Williams Museum. He did not actually live here. This was not his home, but it is a museum dedicated to him and his work. We saw some of his art at the Key West History Museum earlier today. There's a little more of his art. And here is his home. We did live in Key West, and here is a replica of his home. He was called the greatest living playwright in the Western world by Time magazine. And here is some of his plays. I'll be honest, I'm not necessarily that familiar with a lot of his work. The only one I know of is Streetcar Named Desire. And here's one of the typewriters he used in Key West. There must be something in the air here, something that helps people write. Oh, and there is a cat right there with him in that picture. So apparently he must have been a cat lover as well. Here's a picture of him sitting in this chair, and the chair is right here. Some of the precious first editions. And I think we've put it off for long enough. We're in the final lap now. Gonna walk down. We're gonna walk and see the other buoy, the southernmost point in the contiguous United States. And we have made it. We have made it to the southernmost buoy here in Key West, the southernmost point in the contiguous and continental United States. It works both ways here. And I remember this immediately brings back memories of me and Jen reaching the northernmost buoy in Angles Inlet, Minnesota. It was quiet. It was cold. We were shivering. We were, the town seemed completely silent. There was no one around, no other people. We just us and the buoy and the far north reaches of our country. It's different here. It is scorching hot. It is over 90 degrees. And we can't just wander up to the buoy. We don't have the buoy completely to ourselves. There's actually quite a line here, a queue line to see the southernmost buoy. And I don't have a fast pass, so I guess in order to get a full experience of being here with the southernmost buoy, we need to get in line. All right, we've almost made it to the front, so I can have my personal moment with the buoy. And here it is. We are at the southernmost point in the continental United States. Contiguous was the word I was using before, but technically contiguous means all the touching states, which it is, but continental includes Alaska, so this still technically, because we're not counting Hawaii, is the southernmost point in the continental United States. I can't believe I'm here for over a month of traveling. You can see the seal of the Conch Republic there. We are also it also marks the point that we are 90 miles from Cuba. There it is, a thing of absolute beauty, the southernmost point in the continental United States. But one final thing, I laid my hand on the northernmost buoy, and now touching the shadow. It's really hot over here, but there we go. We made it. The buoy to buoy road trip is officially concluded. We have made it all the way from Angles Inlet, Minnesota, down here to the southernmost point in Key West, Florida. So much going through my head right now. So many adventures, so many ups and downs on this trip. I don't even know where to start. So here we are. It's a lot to process. Some people might think it's silly I even did this, silly that it means anything to me, but oh man, I can't believe it. Like, I can't believe it. All these days of driving, filming, editing, and just seeing all these amazing places in between. Think about what we've seen. Some of the most beautiful things I've ever seen up in Maine, the Maine coast was some natural wonder in a way that I've never seen before. I finally got to see some of these cities in the Northeast, New England, that I don't necessarily get to see all the time. Finally, I feel like I finally connected with Boston. I hadn't spent a lot of time in Boston. Saw the historical sites in Boston, got to throw some tea over the edge of the trip, of the ship. And let's not forget Canada. You know, Canada, even though this was the northernmost to southernmost point in the US, we went through Canada. Saw Ottawa, the capital, saw the Canadian capital the day after the election, and the Canadian people were so calm and collected that I know there may be some cultural differences between them and the United States. Montreal, strange and wonderful place. It's like being in a place where people don't speak your language, but they do actually. They do speak your language, but the different culture, the magnificent culture. I'm rambling here, I'm sorry. I've just got so many thoughts in my head, and like I said, I got to go through the big cities, the Bronx, the zoo where a gorilla tried to punch me. We went, I'm probably not, I can't even think of all the stuff we've done. Again, it's been over a month since we started US 1. So it was even days before that, a week or so before that we started the buoy to buoy trip. And you get to see all these great places I've never seen. It's strenuous. You know, it's a lot of driving every day, not a lot of rest, not a lot of downtime. And, you know, because I want to see these things. I want to do these things so bad. I want to see things. that I can't rest. I can't rest until they're completed. In fact, I don't even know if I like to rest, to be 100% honest with you. Oh man, just along the Florida coast was so much beauty, so much natural beauty along the Florida coast, coming down here, driving over the ocean, driving the literal US-1 over the ocean here. One of my favorite cities, Key West here. One of the most unique, spooky, different. The culture here is amazing. The food here is amazing. I can't think of a better way to end the trip. And you know, that's where it gets a little bittersweet, because you know, Jen was supposed to meet me here, supposed to meet me in Miami and drive down to Keys with me. Unfortunately, on the way to the airport, she got in a car accident and was unable to make her plane. She made the decision that she was not injured, but she didn't feel well enough to travel that next day. I was hoping she'd make it, but it was just a little too much for her. So we were supposed to spend the next the next 3 days here in Key West together, enjoying the city with her. And that part really stinks. It really stinks. I'm glad I was able to do this, but it would have been a lot. I would have been very happy if I was here with her right now. She was able to enjoy this. So I've changed my plans. You know, like I said, I was gonna stay a few more days here in Key West to just enjoy the island with Jen. But I'm gonna end up, I changed my hotel reservations, and I'm gonna end up leaving tomorrow and starting my way. Staying here tonight in Key West, but tomorrow I'm gonna get back in the car, and we're gonna begin the long journey home. It will not be as long as last time. It will not be a month until I get home. I'm hoping to get up there within 2 days. I think that's a reasonable plan, to try to get up there within 2 days from where we are now in Key West. Then I will be back with Jen, and fortunately, you know, and this is a heck of a silver lining. You know, we missed out being in Key West together, but as long as everything goes okay, as long as none of us gets injured or hurt or killed, and we are able to get onto an airplane, within a week or so, we are going to be in Hawaii. So I am absolutely grateful that what I do allows me to travel, allows me to see these things, allows me to be in beautiful places like Key West, and then hopefully be in a beautiful place like Hawaii 2 weeks later. So I hope you guys come along. That's kind of the next chapter. The year of planes, trains, and automobiles. So the first section of the year, I went on multiple train trips, and all these train trips out west coming out of Chicago. And then the automobile section began, and this is the automobile section, where I drove the northernmost point to the southernmost point, stopped at the easternmost point on the way here. So we have 3 out of 4. And then next, we are looking at the plane section of this trip. We are going to be taking a plane, the longest plane I've ever been, to Hawaii. That's the plan. Hope it comes true, and hope get to spend some time in Hawaii with Jen. And I think there's only one place to have a celebratory cocktail, and that is the Green Parrot, which is the first and last bar on US-1, depending on what direction you're heading. It says a slice of life here, above the American flag and below the disco ball. And I guess that is the Green Parrot the bar is named after. This jackalope up here has seen some things. Oh, it's a chicken in the bar. I guess we should get their trademark drink, the Parrot Punch. Oh, it comes in a souvenir cup. And there it is, the Parrot Punch in my souvenir cup. It says first and last bar on US 1. Apparently they have a no sniveling rule, no sniveling since 1890. And I have returned to my hotel room to enjoy that sweet, sweet air conditioning. It could be maybe just a little bit sweeter. For my souvenirs, I got this End of Route 1 t-shirt to commemorate the completion of my US 1 road trip. And then also got this little buoy to commemorate the end of not only the US 1 road trip, this is End 1 there, mile marker 0, but also my completion of the buoy to buoy road trip. Made it from the buoy at the northernmost point in the United States, in the contiguous United States, and then finally made it to the southernmost point in both the continental and contiguous USA. Yeah, this is where I'm staying. It's pretty small, pretty tiny little room here, but fortunately it is in I guess what they call Old Town. So basically I can walk to most of the attractions here. I didn't drive it all today. Woke up in this bed, walked out this door, and was able to visit all those attractions. And I think there was a lot of attractions today. I think I counted, we went into at least 8 ticketed attractions, as well as doing some other things. Went a little crazy here for the last day of the US 1 buoy to buoy road trip. And then we put them both to bed, finished Route 1, made it to the southernmost point. And so many thoughts and so many feelings on this trip and the ups and downs and where I've been. Maybe I have to process that a little bit. Maybe I'll once I digest that, I will talk a little more about it. But yeah, like I said, I was gonna stay here a few more days. Me and Jen were gonna stay here. I think 2 or 3 more days. I can't remember. But I changed my reservation tomorrow. I'm gonna be checking out of this room, and I'm gonna be headed home. Now, some of you may be saying, I can already feel the comments popping up in the comment section, telling me I missed something. Wait a minute, you went to Key West, you missed something. I'm planning on my way out tomorrow to stopping and saying hello to an old friend. I would never come to Key West without saying hello to my good friend, you know who. So tomorrow, I'm gonna be headed out of Key West, and I'm just gonna be driving north. I'm headed back home, headed back to Waynesville, North Carolina, my home in the mountains. It's been so hot here, so hot. I just think about when we were up at the northernmost buoy. It was so cold. We went through northern Minnesota, northern Michigan, into Canada. It was so cold. And then a month later, down here, it is too hot. It is so hot. It's been above 90 degrees almost the entire time I've been in Florida. Muggy, hot, sunny. There's not been any rain or any relief. It's just been pure heat down here. So I'm looking forward to getting back to my home. Looking forward to seeing Jen. Looking forward to seeing temperate temperatures. And yeah, we'll see how far we get tomorrow. I'm going to drive north, and we'll just see how far we get. Maybe I can make it home. Maybe I'll stop. I don't know. I'm just going to point that car north and see where it takes us. And hopefully it ends up taking us to my house. So yeah, this trip's been a big deal to me. It's meant a lot to me. And I wanted to thank all of you that rode along with me, rode in my passenger seat. for this big trip. You guys have been awesome. Thank you for your views. Thank you for your comments. Thank you, all the different places people pointed out, all the different places people, suggested. I found so many cool little things because I read them in the comment section. I do try to read every comment and take that all into consideration. And yeah, so thank you so much. If this is your first video of mine that you've watched, maybe go back to the beginning, to the northernmost point, and watch my travels all the way here. Although that is that's hours and hours. It would take you 3 weeks to watch all that. That's so long. But what I do here is I travel the country. Sometimes I go do an entire highway all in one go. But I'm always looking for roadside attractions, theme parks, haunted houses in the fall, and of course, your support helps keep me out here on the long, lonesome road. If you'd like to help out with the channel, consider contributing to Patreon. $3 or more. Get you a postcard once a month from me to you. Also, enamel pins in the souvenir shop, as well as press pennies, motel key fobs, and stickers. Also, doing personalized messages on Cameo. All those things are in the description below. And all those things help to keep this train on the track, this automobile on the highway, and very, very soon, this jet plane flying over the sea. Until next time, my friends, this one's in the bag.